Euphoria, an intense feeling of happiness or excitement. Hi guys, welcome back. And this is a special video for me because, like I already told you in my first episode, that one of my biggest dreams is to become an actor, and especially being part of a show that has impacted me like nothing has ever done it. That's the show Euphoria, like Zendaya's Euphoria, how they explain it all the time. So, well, this is gonna be my take on this show, what I think about it, how it has impacted me, and why I think it has impacted me. But also, like, I made research and I found like the actors, like how they explain their characters, the way that the characters are why they are like that, and the choices that they make. Like it's like an in between their like way of expressing the characters and what I think about them, you know. Like I also recollected a few phrases from the characters that I think are like really important and really transcendent, that make the character like get more depth and to be able to connect with them. I also like want to touch a little bit about the music of the show and the cinematography of it, because to be fairly honest, it's fucking amazing. And okay, a little thing between everything. I don't know if you can curse in like YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure you can, but like Euphoria is raw and life is raw. So why would I want to like mask who I am, you know? Because I use a lot of swear words. So this is gonna be my take on Euphoria, and I hope you like it. Also, just a quickie. Like I'm sick, so if I sound pretty weird, it's because I'm sick. I also like I know I have a good pronunciation, but I know sometimes words fail me. It's pretty much my tongue. Yeah, you know, like the words like that. So if you cannot understand something, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do my best, and well, I also have an allergic reaction to like the ecosystem. I don't know why. So I have my little, I don't know how this is called, and oh, I hope it doesn't like makes the camera wet. And I have my little tea, my orange juice. It's actually just a soda, a plain soda. And that's it. Like, let's begin. So first, I want to explain the show in the most general sense, and for that, I'm gonna use the reliable thing that is the internet. So the internet finds the show as a group of teenagers in high school navigating through life between drugs, sexual relations, trauma, social media, love, and friendship. That's how the internet describes it, and it's a good way to like explain the show in the most general sense, but at the same time it has a lot of depth to it. So that's what I want to explain in the next moment. Now, the best way that I could put the show into paper in my own words, it's like this little short like description that I'm gonna give you. So for me, the show is an intense, raw, and submersive view into teenagehood in the modern and ever-changing world that we live in, and how we manage to connect with other people between all the noise. So I'm just gonna be a little short in these parts, but like the cinematography of the show is surreal, and that's the best way that I can explain it. I'm gonna put a lot of pictures right now. Waiting for me. What the fuck? Feel the morning on my but it's just amazing the way that they manage to pull the scenes and how they make you feel, the way that they manage to put you in that place where the characters are in that moment, and how you can connect with it. And it's even something that the writer said, Sam Levinson, that the close-ups feel so surreal, and they give you like a way of like viewing that the world is gigantic, you know, like he explained it as like when you go walking down the street and you're a teenager, the world feels so big, and the show just kills that. It makes you feel part of something that like ingrains in yourself. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the way that it makes me feel. So the music is amazing on the show, and most of it is thanks to Labyrinth, that is the artist that composes a lot of songs for the show. I don't mean like the whole music of the show, all of the music of the show, it's from him, but a lot of songs are from him, and some just are him making noises and maybe saying one of two verses, like singing one of two verses, but most of the music is just his voice, and his voice in different, like making different sounds. And probably I don't know a lot about music, but it's maybe his voice getting distorted, or maybe like changing the levels of it, but he manages to make his voice into an instrument, and that gives the music a whole another layer of just raw emotion, you know. It just connects with the things that you are watching in the screen amazingly, and it's like they sound right in the perfect moment. It's like they are made exactly for that scene, but they repeat it like itself in between like the whole show. So it's something magical. To be honest, it's fucking magical. Our queen Zendaya, and like props to her, she's killing this show. So Zendaya plays the character Rue, and well, in an interview, like all of the characters that I'm gonna explain, but like from the view of the actor, I got him from, I'm gonna like list all of the things in like the description. I'm gonna put all the links so you can watch them. It's from something called Unfiltered by Euphoria. And well, I'm gonna start with Zendaya. She explained like part of the show and part of her character, and not all of the characters. And I mean not all of the actors like explain the show as a whole, but Zendaya did, and this is her way of explaining the show. So it's a group of young people navigating life and figuring out who they are.
How do I describe Euphoria? It follows a group of young people that are just trying to navigate the world and life and trying to figure out who they are, and sometimes they make mistakes. They aren't perfect in any way, but I think the show overall, I think, allows us to have a little bit more empathy for people and understanding for people.
And that's it. She described it like that, and it's a perfect description of it because it doesn't follow any like strict rules, and it's like open to interpretation, and it doesn't, like in the same like interview that she did, it doesn't, like the show doesn't say to you what is right and what is wrong. It just presents to you real stories from real people and what you can get out of those stories. Like she said something like at the end of the interview that is really real, and it's that maybe the show can help someone to not feel alone. And that's something that maybe everyone feels all the time, being alone. So she described like her character as like you can see in the interview.
We start with Rue's storyline because I think it's important to know a little bit of why Rue is the way she is, because when she does make her hurtful decisions, we still support her through it in a weird way. And then I think as the season continues, we get to learn more about every character. But in this, we really get to watch them quite literally grow up and understand a little bit more, I think, about humans.
But you just cannot like help yourself to not feel connected to her. She is that good that you root for a character that is not taking the best decisions. So Sam Levinson, the writer of the show and a person that I tried to DM so I could be on the show, that I didn't found any of his social medias. If you have it, like, please send it my way. I'm gonna send an audition tape. It's gonna be the bomb. But like Sam Levinson, the writer and like a producer of something like that, like also had like an interview, but it was like a discussion with Zendaya, and he explained like big parts of the show. So I'm gonna try to explain what he said. So he said that the main focus of the show and what he tries to achieve is to create empathy from the older generation to our generation, to manage to tell those people that how we feel, and for them to understand us and what we are going through. So he also like said that we live in like the modern society, and like for most of the kids and teenagers, and like including me, probably you as well watching, like we live in a world full of anxiety, and it's pretty like he hits the nail on that one.
I think what we wanted to create was telling a story that's realistic and authentic. And I think that it's hard to bear it alone, deal with depression and anxiety, and being able to form friendships and be honest about who you are as a person, have the ability, I think, to change your life.
It's somebody's story, and that's what, you know, we're really here to do, is tell people's story. Whoever needs to connect with it or see it or watch it will find their way to it. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about this show.
He wants to achieve that understanding and that empathy, because we live in a world full of anxiety, and kids nowadays like live in a world where everything is so fast-paced and everything looks so much bigger than you, and that you feel so pressured by every direction, because it is real. Like, I feel a lot of times that I'm just wasting my life, because I can see like I saw the other day that a girl that has like a YouTube channel like bought like 6 million something house with money from YouTube, and she was like 8 or something like that. So imagine knowing that there's people that manage to pull whatever they are doing, and doing it so amazingly, and like you feeling that you are gonna go like just be another person, another brick in the wall, as Pink Floyd expressed it. So yeah, he was pretty right on that one, and he looks like someone so willing to just speak his truth, you know. So it's amazing what he has done to the show, with the show, and I don't know, like he was like perfect for this. Like he made like the show like, I'm pretty sure the original one is from Israel, so he managed to like make it into his own, and like you can see that this is a new and unique project, and like probably something like we don't see that often. It's just art in the whole sense. I'm pretty sure Euphoria is art. So I already explained Zendaya's character and what she thinks about the show, because like she has such a big role in it. She's the narrator of the story. But like now I wanted to make like each character like history, well, not story like history, but like points of the character. But I think that in a more general sense, it could be like easier to like explain the like biggest points of each character. So I'm just gonna like do it my way, and let's see how it goes. So first, Jacob Elordi plays the role of Nate Jacobs.
You're a strong man, Nathaniel. You have an iron will. I always admired that in you, because someday it will lead you to greatness.
And like his biggest struggle is like a struggle with aggression and like the impact from his parents, and what, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like what his father makes how it like impacts him, you know, like how he has formed like his whole character and his whole person by the way his father acts, and that's pretty much it. And the important phrase that I got from him is that he just wants someone to tell him that everything is okay, and that's something that we all feel. So now I'm changing my. I hope you don't mind that I have my little my little sheet with words. So now, Barbie Ferreira. I think she's like Latin. I don't know. So I'm not trying to like butcher her name. So Barbie Ferreira. Let's say it like that. She's like a character that is like looking for self-validation out there in the world, and that she said something really important in the interview, that it's that everyone tries to fix themselves even if they are not broken.
I think Kat is searching for self-validation. I think what she is searching for is to feel seen and to feel heard and to feel like she matters in this world. Most people have body insecurities no matter what you look like, no matter what size you are. It's just the way that media has been ingrained in us is that we all want to fix ourselves, whether we're broken or not.
Like we are trying to constantly look for a way to improve ourselves, even if there's nothing to improve, you know, like we act as like we are not good enough all the time. And like she becomes, well, I'm not gonna spoil this, but she becomes a really stoic person, and that's how she like express the character, because she has a distrust in the world and she doesn't want to get hurt, so she becomes a rock. And like the big phrase that I got from her is I changed. So now it goes like the favorite character from everyone. Like she's not my favorite, but she's a great fucking character, like all the way around. So it's Hunter Schafer's Jules.
It was the same, cis, white, in long-term relationships, and always.
I'm 100% straight.
Cool. I think Jules is in constant search of affirmation and love.
So Jules is, I'm not gonna try to spoil it, but she becomes like the best friend of Rue at like the beginning of the first episode, at the ending of the first episode, I mean. And her character is so interesting, and it's because of something of like her past and how she tries to like, I'm pretty sure everyone knows at this point that she is transgender in the show, well, also in real life, but I mean like on the show, I'm just speaking on the show. And how she like navigates femininity, and how she like tries to like be more feminine. Like that's what she like expressed on her like interview, that she tries to feel more feminine being treated by men the way she has seen women being treated by men. So she wants to be treated in the same way so she can feel more feminine, or that's a way that the actress like expresses it. So that's something really deep of the character that I didn't expect until watching the interview. And like something really like that struck me when I like saw it in the show. I think it's in the 7th episode, like the last one that came out, and it's just her explaining that she wants to conquer femininity, but that's like the character, that's not her. But it's so interesting to see that a character is trying to do that, you know. So now Demie, I'm so sorry if I like butcher everyone's name, and also like I want to make a little quick disclaimer. I don't know like the pronouns that Hunter Schafer uses for the character, for herself, but in the show like she explains she says she, so I don't want to make that into a situation, so please don't hate me. So now Demie plays Maddy.
Just saying love is a million things. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't.
Trust me when I tell you that the person that did this doesn't love you.
And Maddy, like from the beginning, is a super confident person. But the thing with her is that she's a perfect example of what a toxic relationship is. She completely manages to picture what a person suffers in a toxic relationship, and how some people lie to themselves to stay there, and what they can like what they think they get out of those relationships, but what actually happens to them, like the complete not destruction, but like slowly getting to lose a little bit of yourself, you know. It's just a struggle, and it's amazing how she like does it. She has like a toxic relationship with her boyfriend and with her family. It's just really interesting to see that she's just trying to run away. That's how the character also explained it. So it's really cool to understand the character. So the like phrase from her that struck me and stuck with me is that love is a million things. Sometimes it can be good and sometimes it can be ugly, and it's I don't think anyone sees it that way, and that's why you know that she's lying to herself. Now, Algee Smith, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it again. Like, I'm so sorry, like I'm trying my best, but like names are not my thing. So, and also like people cannot pronounce my name all the time. So my name is Rodolfo, but you need to roll the R, and not a lot of people like manage to roll the R, so they call me Rodolfo, things like that, you know. So that's why I say just call me Rudolph, like the reindeer. Well, you know, you understand that. So Algee Smith plays the role of McKay.
I'm a really big person on words. I speak my words every day. I speak like into the atmosphere. I make sure I put out there what I want to receive. And so I get in the mirror every day and I do that. And there's an interesting scene like we see in the episode of McKay when he's just looking in the mirror. That's a deep looking into your soul moment when you're trying to find yourself. You know, when you look in the mirror, you're looking into yourself. And so we took that and we got to elaborate on that. I feel like there will be a lot of people watching the show, so I just want them to understand identity. I think that's one of the hugest things. Not looking around, but looking within and really dealing with the things that you have to deal with in your life before being involved with everything else.
And like he explained in his interview that McKay is just looking for identity. And that in real life he's not a confident, and that he has a lot of problems, and that's why he projects them with his girlfriend Cassie. And how like his insecurity not only affects other people, but how it affects like his view of himself, and like how like he changed from like being smart, like capable at everything, like being smart and capable at everything, to become just one of the bunch. But like, you know, he's not one of the bunch, so he's just like downgrading himself because he doesn't see himself like in the way everyone else sees him. And it's sad to think that that's like something I do. Like, I'm pretty sure like everyone does it. So it's just hard to see that potential is like running away from people because they are not able to love themselves. But it's completely understandable because we all struggle with that, and like sometimes we don't feel worth of anything, and sometimes we feel like we deserve the world, you know. So it's super interesting to see that. And now, like the last like of the main characters, there's a few other ones that I'm just gonna like mention, but like the next one is played by the actress is Sweeney. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that one correct because I saw like an interview, and she plays the role of Cassie.
You watch all these movies and TV shows and your idea of what teenage love is supposed to be, and that's not what it is in her life, and she's searching for what she is expecting it to be.
I really love you, McKay. What if this is what I'm supposed to do with my life?
Cassie, like, she's described as a sweet person in the show, and she's super sweet, and there's not a lot of things that she has done that are bad, you know. Like, she tries her best all the time. She tries to be good. She tries to like be a good person, but she just doesn't know where she belongs, and that's, I'm pretty sure, what the actress also said in like her interview, that Cassie just like searching for her purpose in life, and that for things that happen in her past, she's trying to replace love that she doesn't have at that moment, and that she's trying to be loved by people, but like she already has everything she needs, you know. It's so interesting to see that each character, if you break them down, they not only have depth, but like the actor and actresses like manage to like make them into, like take them to a lot of different directions that sometimes you don't expect, you know. And Cassie just wants she has like the idea of like teenage love that we see everywhere, like thanks to media, and like who doesn't want that happiness and that coming like from work or maybe school and just being hugged all night. And let's be honest, like having crazy beautiful sex and then managing and knowing that you're going to like sleep next to that person, and that person is with you in the choices and the paths that you take it at life. It's just a way to feel comfortable, you know. And like, to be honest, like we all know that we need to love ourselves first, like before anything else, but like it's so easy to let someone else love us and then just feel complete, you know. And that's something that you can see repeating itself between the characters. It's just fucking amazing. It's just like that. So there's a lot of other characters that are not like super important, like Ethan played by Austin Abrams. I'm just reading that from my sheet. Like Lexi's our queen too. Like she's not only funny, she dressed up as Bob Ross for like the like Halloween episode, and like Bob Ross was, I'm pretty sure, the like biggest angel that the earth has had. He just like if you need to be happy, just go and search one Bob Ross video. He did not only like paint amazing, but he was like an amazing person, like through and through. Like he was a beautiful human being. Then Fesco played by Angus Cloud. He's a drug dealer in the series, but like you can see why he is like the way he is, and that he tries his best at everything, and he's amazing too. And like Gia, Ruth's little sister, is played by Storm Reed. So I'm just gonna tell you a little like anecdote of that. Like I know who she is because I saw the movie A Wrinkle in Time, and that movie is pretty shit. Just like being honest, it's like a horrible movie. But like she's a great actress. Like no doubt she's gonna be an amazing actress. Like she's already super good, but like she has a lot of potential, and I'm super happy that she managed to jump to another thing, and that movie didn't destroy her career, because it's amazing as Ruth's sister. And I think that's it. That's the way the characters are. That's the cinematography, music, the explanation of the show. And I just want to say that I love the show so much because I have never felt so connected to something so fast. Rue struggles with the same thing that I do. It's not addiction, but I mean she tries to find like things that manage to fulfill her, you know. She tries first on drugs to fulfill her, and she doesn't manage to it, and then she tries on Rue, but like she slowly notices that Jules is not the way to go, and just the way that she's trying to find something to just complete the little hole that she has inside of her. And I resonate with that so much, and that's something that I don't really like from the fans, that they are ruining Jules through and through, and they don't see that Jules has another people that she loves, and that's a whole other topic for another person that just wants to talk about Jules. But Rue in no way needs someone else. She has all the love that she needs, like she can give it to herself, but she doesn't know how, and she struggles with depression and anxiety and a lot of syndromes that she has that they explain in the first episode. And that's how I feel sometimes. I try to look for love in friendships. I try to look for love in other people that I just know, like in a bit, you know. And the show slowly has shown me that I need to work in that, and that I need to like fight not feeling good enough for myself, you know, because I'm good enough and everyone is good enough for like themselves. But it's hard to understand that you are, and to believe it, it's even harder. And that's why I have never felt so connected to a character. And she also has a lot of other like things that we share in common, like a lot that I didn't expect. So this show has changed me, and that's why I would love to be part of it. And I just tell myself every day that I'm gonna be part of the second season. I don't know how I'm even gonna make it, but I know I'm gonna make it. And I don't think like there's more possibilities out there that no one in the show watches my video, like never. But there's always that possibility that someone will send it, or maybe they will just like stumble upon it. So why not put yourself out there, you know? So thank you very much. This is my whole video, and I hope you liked it. Bye. No, I didn't look in the screen. Bye. So I kind of forgot that, well, to recommend this show. Like I expressed a lot of times that I love it, so I kind of forgot to like just explain that you should watch the show, because it's just a beautiful and humane way to like understand what people go through and what we experience as like young people. I don't know. So like I hope you guys like watch the show, because I like completely recommend it. And I also had like a yoga class, but like I missed it because of I wanted to like record this video and make it like look good, and I even forgot this part. I suck. But I think that I did a great like work explaining why I love the show. And if you want to watch it, do it. And if you want to like tell me why you love it or why you don't love it, like you can do it. So just go ahead and do it. And also like this is a great excuse to like go and see the sky, you know, like who doesn't love a good image of the sky? So thank you so much for like watching, and I'm gonna be in Euphoria. I know it. On Euphoria, I don't even know, but I'm gonna be on it in the second season, because just like why not, you know? Now thank you so much for watching, and bye.
And the show isn't here to tell people how to live their lives or what's wrong and right, of course. It's definitely not here to tell you what to do. But it is here, I think, to showcase other people's stories. These are stories that need to be told because somebody out there needs to hear it. And I think this show just will allow a lot of people to not feel so alone.